that are represented here. And we are excited to have this opportunity to bring together our experts on this issue and everyone make these networking connections. In order to facilitate the network as easily as possible, we will certainly share the connection details for everyone on the call today, with everyone on the call today. So if you don't want your connection details shared, please do let us know. Otherwise, we will facilitate that for everyone because it sometimes is a little complicated to ensure everyone gets everyone's contact details on these calls. So I would like to welcome everyone again to our Trading Routes and Exploration of U.S., UAE, and Israel Trade Potential, and thank our partners on this event, Sherwin Pomerantz, the chairperson of the American State Offices Association, for collaborating on this wonderful and initial initiative. And we'll learn more about ASOA shortly. We wouldn't be here today without the support of all of our corporate members, presidents and vice presidents, club members, whose continuing engagement and support we very much appreciate. We are here to serve our membership, and this is one of the pathways for us to do that. So we're delighted today to explore these mutually beneficial commercial opportunities. To begin, I'd like to introduce all of our speakers. I'm going to give you a brief introduction to each of our speakers this afternoon, or this morning, and share our key partners. I'll have some presentations for you, and then we will hear from the state representatives briefly, and then we'll move into breakout rooms. So that's kind of the flow of the morning. The free zones are here. DMCC's here representing Dubai's free zones, and he'll give us some insights on doing business in Dubai in general. And Chip Peters is here from the U.S. Consulate. So let's begin. Firstly, I would like to introduce Mohammed Ibrahim Mohammed, who's the regional representative, Americas and Oceania at DMCC, the world's leading free zone and Government of Dubai authority on commodities, trade, and enterprise. And I have to say, they are our home in the UAE. We live and work in the DMCC headquarters at Al Mas Towers, and we couldn't be happier than to be there. They're a great partner to us. Joining DMCC in 2014, Mohammed is responsible for promoting the benefits of doing business in Dubai and establishing a presence in DMCC. Building strategic relationships is a key focus for Mohammed, and so too is engaging with local and international business communities as key industry events throughout the year. With over 17 years of business development and corporate sales experience, Mohammed has worked alongside a number of senior figures in both public and private sector of the UAE. Mohammed earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Management from the American University in Emirates. Francis Peters is better known to me as Chip. He is the principal commercial officer at the U.S. Consulate in Dubai, UAE, and he has only recently come on board, it's probably been about 4 or 5 months now, I guess, huh, Chip? He is here to represent the U.S. Consulate and is responsible for counseling U.S. companies entering overseas markets, advocating for U.S. commercial interests, and organizing trade promotion activities. He previously served with the U.S. Commercial Services in Chengdu, Nairobi, Bangkok, and Shanghai. Prior to his government service, Chip worked 15 years in the international sales and marketing for AT&T, Dell, and several high-tech startups. He holds a master's degree in international affairs from Columbia University and an MBA from Chulalongkorn University in Bangkok. And as I said, we wouldn't be here without our partner, Sherwin Pomerantz from ASOA, to help us facilitate this event this morning. So Sherwin is the founding director and president of ATID EDI Limited, a Jerusalem-based economic development consulting group which for the last 30 years has specialized in operating regional overseas trade and investment offices on behalf of the Council of Great Lakes and St. Lawrence governors and premiers, U.S. states, Canadian provinces, Invest Hong Kong, and Ukraine Export Promotion Office. Prior to starting EDI, Sherwin was vice president of Luz Industries, having senior management responsibilities in policy development, public relations, administration, international relations, and operations. He holds a BS in industrial engineering from NYU and an MS in mechanical engineering from the University of Illinois and received and received an advanced MBA education at Northwestern University. Sherwin is married to Shoni, and between them they have 3 children and 13 grandchildren. He's a founding director and now chairperson of the American State Offices Association, and we are delighted to welcome him here today. I'm going to turn it over to Sherwin, and we're going to, or to Mohammed, and then they're going to hand off to each other just for ease of operation today. So Mohammed, thank you very much. And I can't wait to hear about DMCC and all that you guys have going on. So over to you, Mohammed.
Thank you so much, Kara. Good morning, everybody. It gives me great honor and pleasure to be here with you. Allow me to take you through the DMCC presentation. I hope I can be able to explain who we are, what we do, and what we are planning to do in the future. So we'll start having the share presentations. Sorry. Right, okay. Again, good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here. It's a great honor to be here with you. Allow me to take you through a DMCC presentation. So we'll start talking about Dubai as a preferred destination. It's a global business hub. It's a central time zone for span multiple countries within 8 hours flights, radio flights. For example, that could be reached to 8 hours to Shanghai. You got 6 hours to Europe, 5 hours to Moscow, and 4 hours to Africa. Dubai itself is offering tolerance and safe. It's a multi-cultural society. We have over 200 nationalities are living, working in this country. Dubai itself is investor-friendly, dedicated foreign direct investment, a place or location for people to come and have much more investment in Dubai. Dubai is also itself give you access around 65% global GDP growth with 8 hours flight radius. And Dubai itself, it's a gateway for Middle East, Africa, as well as South Asia. It's connecting 2/3 of the world population. It's giving you around 2.5 billion between consumers, traders, end users. That number, the huge number that comes from Dubai, India, Dubai, China, and Dubai, Africa. Talking more about the infrastructure in Dubai, we talk about, whenever you talk about the air, it's a world busiest airport, handle around 70 million passengers. In Jebel Ali Port, for example, when it comes to the sea matter, the Jebel Ali Port, it's one of the largest ports between Rotterdam and Singapore. And commerce is the most second international retailer presence. You talk about the living style for people. It's a preferred destination to be number 1 for people to work and live. It's a preferred destination to be number 1 for the focus global city in the futures. It's a preferred destination for third most dynamic city as it's Dubai. Whenever it comes to visiting for people who not have been in Dubai before, it's a world-class resort. It's a highly recommended destination for a vacation to spend and also for a business to apply for. We talk about different type of resorts, different type of hotels, a different type of museum places and preferred destinations to come and for entertainment. Talking about the healthcare, you have around 59 private hospitals, 4 government hospitals. It's a world first dedicated health. We have the new dedicated health. It's called Dubai Health Free Zone. Also, we are into biotechnology, into life science. And whenever it comes talking about the educations, you talk about 65 colleges, universities that are located in Dubai. Talking more about the DMCC, it's as per the government vision of Dubai to have a dedicated establishing Dubai as a global tradeway for commodity. And that's the reason that we have informed the DMCC in 2002, and it is a DMCC, a free zone regulator, as well as trade facilitator. In DMCC, it falls into three strong arms. That's our infrastructure, products, and services. We talk about the free zone. It is one of the strong arms that focus into licensing as well as registration, end-to-end services. Talk about the property. It's into area for development, sales, and leasing for the community. And then the trade enablers, we have into different platforms for DDE, Dubai, Gold Commodities Exchange. I will brief you more into upcoming slides. All of these strong arms are fall into corporate governance, and all of that goes through the compliance, due diligence, screen check, and to ensure the quality and the term and the type standard for the companies itself. And free zones, DMCC free zones offer you zero income tax up to 50 years, 100% ownership, no capital restriction. That means you can be able to deal with euro, yuan, dollars, dirhams, name it. This is how we look like back 2002, and after 17 years, this is how we look like. I can see be able to the fast growing city as Dubai and the project in DMCC. Couple of benefits in DMCC. We are the winner of the best free zone for 6 years consecutive years. We are located, the location itself, it's amazing, located new heart of Dubai. The project itself offering you for people to come and work, live, and play. That's the advantage behind it. We are not a place that where you need to come and drive your vehicle from your home to work and vice versa. It's a walking distance from your work to your home and from your home to your work. And the community itself, it's helping and encouraging to have, we have around 100,000 people live in that community. So you can imagine how it works in terms of business growing and fast growing for people to maintain their lifestyle and also their business commitment. We are also into service of world-class transport links. You will be, once you try to come up to the DMCC, you will be dealing with trusted partners as a government of Dubai. Trade enablers, we have different type of platforms. Also connecting business through our events. So any companies that comes to step in the company is not a place where we help them to come and set up their business and shake their hand where we wish them all the best. No, we help them to be injected with other partners, with other events, with other business clubs. DMCC and business connections, we have different type of international partners. We call them ISA, international service agreements, where they are eligible to sign documents on your behalf for DMCC to set up your company. We are quite active whenever it comes to magazine and publications. We create different type of knowledge series as per a specific sector with a specific topic, discussing the challenging as well as what is the solution and what's the solutions behind it to come up with. We have different type of business incubators. We got Astro Labs, a certified Google Hub Tech, focus for startups and SMEs, and also we got NOC. It's into wellness for startups to come and run their programs, and also we are having that different kind of programs supporting the startups and SMEs. We have also different type of active networking programs. For example, we have around 18 companies that located in DMCC, 18,000 companies that located in DMCC. They come on and ask for specific networking programs where we can deliver it to them. In DMCC itself, we have different type of business consuls. We got Swiss business consuls, we have Turkish business consul, and as Ms. Kara has mentioned earlier, AmCham does located in DMCC itself. We have different type of industry clubs that comes into energy clubs, food and agro clubs, and we always encourage to have that kind of existing members in DMCC related to sector. We can come up and bring it to create a club for them, where opportunity for them to come and do the dialogues and start having to discuss it, the meeting to discuss the challenging, what is the opportunities, how they come up, how they can be able to come up with a solution with it. Part of the value added services, when you set up a company in DMCC, you don't need to go outside DMCC to do different type of services that it require for your company. For example, the corporate credit cards, company stamps, company websites, company warehouse solutions. DMCC may focus into commercial and residential, so there is no warehouses. So that's why we have done up arrangement with other free zones, Jebel Ali Free Zone, where any company that located in DMCC as a new establishment can be able to form a branch in Jebel Ali Free Zone and start leasing the warehouse directly with a free branch. So new establishment comes in DMCC, branch it in Jebel Ali Free Zone for free, but they have to start leasing the warehouse as per their requirement. DMCC in numbers, we talk about 2 million square meter development projects that surrounding 87 towers with home of 18,000 plus companies, 170 countries represent themselves. DMCC itself contribute to Dubai GDP 10%, 600 retail outlets, and we have 5 hotels. As I mentioned earlier, we have 64,000 employees that in DMCC, but the 100,000 people work and live in that community. Residents in UAE, DMCC offering you a 3 years visa that could be happen through the employment as well as the shareholders. And not all the free zone do offer the 3 years visa license as well as the mainland. So DMCC kind of giving you advantage into that, subject to have that visa, residency visa in your passport, not to stay outside Dubai more than 6 months. When you talk about the business sectors, you can be able to see that in the right chart, that our focus sectors or the one of the focus sectors. And then this is the percentage wise that describing the focus of the companies that located in DMCC. For example, we got hospitality 3%, metals and minerals 3%, shipping logistics, and then we got general trading, personal household, technology telecom 13%, professional services 13%. When we say 170 countries they are represent themselves in DMCC, we have the top 10 countries that they always prefer to have their destination in DMCC to set up their company. 29, the majority goes to India as a 29%, 22% to UK, 14% to United Arab Emirates, 6% that goes to Egypt and Lebanon, 5% goes to British Virgin Islands, United States of America, France, and Pakistan, Canada has the 4% of set-up companies. On the left side, that you can see that the total number of American citizens that living in UAE, 39,000 and plus. We import 20 billion US dollars, export 4 billion US dollars. We have 719 American nationalities are being sponsored in DMCC, and we have 586 companies that from United States of America. On the right side, you can be able to see that the international brands that from US companies, which is again, it is reflected in the other slide, which is the home of the world leading brands. I'll give it a second just to have a look at it. Our platforms, DMCC, as mentioned, the third arm that focus into different type of platforms that Dubai Gold Commodities Exchange, DGCX, it's a derivative exchange. We talk about the Dubai Diamond Exchange, and also it's a gateway for global diamond trade. DMCC Trade Flow, it's a dedicated for online for commodities, for offer them facilities, as well as the DMCC Center handle 45 to 50 million kilos of tons. That's put us to be number 1 in the world for the largest re-export of tea. DMCC Coffee Centers is developing the major new supply of chair into coffee trends. So when you talk about that and into how we put it in DMCC in terms of our commodities, the gold, the world, we are the number 1 of the gold bullion hub for physical gold. We are also the top 3 whenever it comes to diamond sectors, handling around 29 billion US dollars. We are also we are the largest of the world largest of re-export of tea. We also kind of trend of heading to be the building of Dubai and a global trade center, global center for trade and agro commodities. And also whenever it comes to the coffee, it's our main focus to have attracting the worldwide number of coffee producers, coffee players, coffee community to come and place their business in Dubai. And that's the DMCC we're focused for, to have their facility. That's the DMCC focus for, to have DMCC Coffee Center as a facility to handle their business. On behalf of DMCC, I would like to say thank you for giving me this time to be here with you. And on behalf of Emiratization, I would like to say Emirates Mars mission got completed. Thank you so much. Back to you guys.
Oh God, my back hurts. Chip, over to you. Chip, you're on mute.
That's the one thing you're always supposed to test. Make sure you're not on mute. My apologies. Thank you, Mohammed, for that great overview. As you've heard, my name is Chip Peters. I'm the Principal Commercial Officer at the U.S. Consulate here in Dubai. And we get a lot of questions from U.S. companies saying, well, what can the U.S. Consulate or the U.S. Embassy or U.S. government in general, what can they do to help me if I want to export my goods and services overseas? Well, my agency, the International Trade Administration, we are part of the Department of Commerce. And our primary focus is helping U.S. companies export their goods and services overseas. And when I say, and the emphasis there is on U.S. companies. So anytime that a company comes to us and say, we've got products, we may say, where's the content? Where is it coming from? And so we do have to kind of look at that content there. So I say that for anyone that may be exporting goods from Israel or another country, we often have to take into consideration where it's coming from. But we help the U.S. businesses. We can set up matchmaking meetings for them. If they are already in the market, we can help set up promotional seminars where you would say, I have a new technology or a new product, and I'd like to have certain key people from the sector attend, and we could actually send out an invitation from the consulate on your behalf, help recruit people to join that event, and kind of give you greater exposure. For most of our services, I always tell people there's a fee, there's a cost recovery involved, but given the return that you get on the support we provide, they say it's usually it pays itself off tenfold. So the key focus for us again is helping U.S. exporters get their goods and products overseas. We also do investment back into the U.S. I say that because some of the state and city organizations here may work with us closely on that area as well. So, but we handle that. Another key focus for us is on advocating for U.S. business when the companies are participating in a public government procurement tender, that we would help support and provide assistance to them for their assistance to advocate for them on behalf of the U.S. company. So if you're bidding against a foreign entity on a government tender here, let's say in Dubai or in the UAE, we could actually have advocacy on your behalf. Maybe that our office could make a call to kind of just shine light to show that we're aware of this tender and hope that we consider U.S. products. We have offices across the world. We have offices across the U.S. and in the UAE, as you can see on that slide that was just there. I think it moved around. We're in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is our embassy. Dubai is our consulate. And we work as one team within the UAE. For those of you very familiar with the area, it's only an hour and a half drive from our consulate to our embassy. And so we work very closely. But I let people know we're a resource. So let's say you come to our office and you were to say, you have an issue. I may pull in my colleagues from the economic section. They may have more expertise in a particular policy. Or if it's an agricultural product, I may include my colleagues from the Foreign Agricultural Service, because we handle only the goods and services. They handle agricultural products. If it's grown, harvested, or consumed, they handle it. Also, likewise, if you were to say, I'm investing here in Dubai, we typically, we don't have a specific service for you, but we're a resource for you. As you heard Mohammed explain about DMCC, it may be, well, there's some contacts out here, DMCC being one of them you may want to reach out to. Or sometimes people say, if I want to reach out to a particular lawyer or an accounting firm, we could put them in touch with them. The chart that should be on your screen right now is of the, it's kind of an eye chart, I would say, U.S. commercial service in the U.S. I show that because even if you were a business, and you had an operation in Israel, you wanted to come here, we would send you back to, we would coordinate back with our colleagues in the U.S. We have over 100 offices throughout the United States, and just about, I think, every single state. And so the way we operate is we always coordinate closely with our colleagues on the ground in the U.S., with us here, to make sure we're providing the best service for you. So when a company approaches us, we always say, what is your U.S. address, to make sure we got the right groups working together. So that's a key part of it. For the next slide, that if I can scroll down to the next slide here, that would be just some key areas of focus. Just for this year, some key things. We do have an infrastructure roadshow webinar. So for any companies that are interested in infrastructure projects, smart cities, transportation, healthcare, we have a webinar taking place online March 15th. The website's there. You can email me as well, and we'll put you in touch with how you could register for that if you want to learn more about specific projects here, because we work closely with the government in the UAE to find out what their needs are, what their strategic initiatives are, so that we can make US companies aware of it, because maybe the US company has that product or service that can help the government here achieve their objectives. US Pavilion at the Expo 2020, and it's not a typo, Expo 2020 had to be postponed. It will now be held October 1st to March 31st. And people are saying, well, how if I'm a US company or if I'm a state, how could I get involved? There may be state level trade missions coming here, or it may be businesses that are doing some unique things that want to speak at a thought leadership event. You can coordinate with our office. If you need special assistance, our office will have certain services, fee-based services we can provide. Or if you just want to know more about, the USA Pavilion, can my state, governor get involved, or can my business get involved? And we can put you in touch with our expo unit at the consulate. Discover America is a branding that we have for basically all of our services that we provide. It's a way that we try to put, encompass all of our services to help US companies or US cities or states that want to do a particular event. We can say, well, under our Discover America umbrella, here's how we can support you. Likewise, for specific businesses, if you were saying that I want to get really know more about how can I, if there are any US company that you want to know, meet partners and make contacts throughout the region, we'll have a TradeWinds flagship trade mission taking place in March 2022 in Dubai. And what we have in that event, it goes through a screening process through Commerce Headquarters. But if you're selected and your company gets to come here, you'll have a lot of one-on-one meetings with commercial diplomats from out the region, so you can learn about more than just doing business here, but without the region. But in particular, it'll be in Dubai to showcase the expo going on and to showcase that all that Dubai has to offer. So again, anyone who has questions about a TradeWinds flagship trade mission that we'll be supporting, you can reach out to me on that as well. And finally, on that last slide, is just how to contact us. That's who we are. Our regional senior commercial officer, Thomas Bruns, is based in Abu Dhabi. I'm the principal commercial officer here at the consulate. That's our email addresses, and there is our URL at the bottom. So look forward to hearing from you for any questions you have. And yeah, this is we see a lot of opportunity here, so we're happy to support you. I think with that, that concludes my talk, and I think Sherwin, I think we have the opportunity to listen to you now.
Yeah, I actually remembered to unmute after your situation a couple of minutes ago, so thank you for the reminder. I'm not sure who's bringing up the slides, but if you can bring up those, we just have 2 or 3. Unless I get to do it. No, I don't get to do it. Okay, whoever's at the Dubai end, if you can bring up the slides, Meanwhile, I'll get started. So we're a little bit behind schedule by a few minutes. I'm going to shorten what I have to say, so give more time to my colleagues. First of all, thank you to the to AmCham Dubai and Helena and Kara and everybody else there. I really very much appreciate your cooperation on this. We're pleased to be here. The American State Officers Association here in Israel represents the 13 official state representatives in the country, as well as 10 others from regional groups. And if you go to the next slide, you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. So basically, we've been around since 1995. We're the umbrella organization for all of the state and regional representatives that are based in Israel. Most states have one person here, those that are here. The one exception probably is Virginia, which has our organization promoting trade. You'll meet Dov Hoch a few minutes later. He works for the governor promoting inward investment. And Fairfax County, Virginia, as well, has a representative here. So there's a lot of coverage. Israel, obviously, being a high-tech center, is an attractive place. What I've done on this first slide is to show you the states that are with us in ASOA. They're not all here with us today, but these are the states we represent. And you can see by looking at them that they really do cover a wide swath of territory in the United States. The purpose of our organization as an umbrella group is to, even though many of us, you would sort of look at it as potential competitors, the fact is there are a lot of things that we can do in common and we do in common. So for example, we do run an annual Select USA event where we invite companies in Israel to meet with the state representatives and talk about their plans and programs for possibly opening up facilities in the United States. So this is the state group. If we can go to the next slide, you'll see the other group of members that we have, and that is a whole array of regional people. California Israel Chamber is represented with us today. Global St. Louis has somebody here. That little green sprig up in the upper right-hand corner, in deference to Kara, it represents Cedar Park, Texas, which is also represented here. Dayton area, Michigan, as well as Arizona, having both a state office and the Arizona Israel Technology Alliance. If you go to the next slide, it'll give you my contact information. If anybody online wants a full list of our members, all you have to do is send me a quick email and we'll take care of that. What's going to happen next is that we have with us today 7 of my colleagues. Each one of them is going to take a minute, literally a minute, to introduce themselves and tell you who they represent and what they do. And after that, we will go into a series of breakout sessions. I should say on the breakout sessions, you should know, it should be obvious, but I'm going to mention it. None of us are specialists in every single sector that's active in the states we represent. We have to be generalists. We get leads from every single sector that you can think of, from high tech to low tech to no tech to food, everything in between. So when you go into the breakout sessions, my colleagues will introduce themselves and start the conversation. What we really want to do in the roughly 15 minutes or so that'll be allocated to the breakout sessions is hear from you what you may be interested in, where you may have needs or directions that you're interested in pursuing. And my colleagues will do what they can to either answer directly during the breakout sessions or get back to you afterwards with some detailed information. So we're going to follow the order that's on the schedule. Jerry, you're first, representing New York and Iowa, so please take your minute and we'll go on from there.
Thank you, Sherwin, and thank you to all the organizers for this morning's event. I am the New York State representative in Israel and the State of Iowa Economic Development Authority representative. We are a trade and an investment FDI promotion office. We've been doing this for over 20 years. Basically, New York State is interested in promoting its exports with a GDP of about $1.7 trillion in 2019, and probably around 1.6 in 2020. We obviously have a very wide range of products that are exported around the world. Total exports from the state of New York is about $100 billion, where commodities and food and apparently auto manufacturing parts are very popular items. Obviously, we have companies such as Pfizer and IBM headquartered in the state of New York. And these companies are obviously selling worldwide to everyone. The state of Iowa is a highly agricultural state, supplying more corn than any other state in the United States and probably in any other region in the world. They're also a large producer of soya. They do supply the Middle East, they do supply Israel, they do supply countries in the Gulf. And they obviously have a very wide range of products outside of the agricultural sector in addition to that, and have a very, very strong research institute such as the State University of Iowa and the University of Iowa, very strong research institutes that are looking to collaborate with everyone around the world. I think I've hit my 1 minute.
A little bit over, but we give it to you. Seema, you're next. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Seema Amir. I represent Georgia in Israel. By the way, Sherwin, you forgot to mention our logo in one of your slides. Okay, but it can be corrected, no problem. So we are at 11 million population in Georgia, with the main city, Atlanta, and 60% of our entire population are located in Atlanta. Our main export sectors are aerospace, automotive, food and agro industry, cyber, chemicals. We do produce, we are big producers of peanuts, corn, soybeans, as well as blueberry producer, the biggest blueberry producer in United States. Now, Georgia has 4 seaports. The main one is Savannah, which is the second largest in the East Coast and fastest growing all in the Northeast. Georgia has a major railway hub, so it's very easy to do business with. And just to sum up, we are recognized as #1 state for business in the nation for labor, climate, and business. We will be happy to elaborate more in our next meeting or in round table that we will have in a short minute. Thank you.
Seema, thanks a lot. I just checked, by the way, the Georgia peach is on the right-hand side of that first slide. You just missed it. I wouldn't leave you out. Okay, Michelle, are you doing the next one? You're handling?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Michelle Orell. I'm the Deputy Director of the Missouri Israel Trade and Investment Office based here in Tel Aviv. We provide assistance to Israeli companies looking to set up operations in the US and also to assist Missouri companies looking to export to Israel. Our focus sectors are healthcare, aerospace and defense, advanced manufacturing, ag tech, and logistics. And I'll be very brief, so thank you very much.
Great. Okay, Seth Vogelman, our trade director in our association, you're on. Where'd you go? Did we lose him? There, Seth, you're on.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having us. Our office has been active throughout the Middle East since for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania since 1997. We assist the Pennsylvania companies who are looking for representation or trade contacts from Morocco to Pakistan. We also work with other U.S. states as well. We brought Pennsylvania to Arab Health back in 2006. And this is the first year of many years I have not been in Dubai because of Corona. We assist both with companies wanting to go in and also with local companies such as Dubai-based companies that are looking to source product from Pennsylvania and our other US state clients. So any questions that you might have, right now I'm working on a project for actually a Qatari company, to help to make outreach to some American partners. Thank you very much. Looking forward to speaking to you in the breakout groups.
Great. Thanks, Seth. Dove, Virginia.
Hi, thanks. So I represent Virginia. I work actually officially with the government of Virginia. And so Sherwin is kind of my tandem partner that handles trade, and we do inward direct foreign investment into Virginia. Obviously proximal to Washington, D.C. So one of the largest chunks of segments that we deal with is the defense area. I'd like to say that I was in Dubai not long ago, just before it became the national sport here in Israel to be there every weekend, if not every other. Probably the broadest overture is that I'm based in DC, based in Virginia, and very happy to help facilitate anybody's needs anytime, in any way. That's the broad overture. If there's anything we could touch on that's probably trilateral, it would probably be the space in general. And we have some programs. We just launched, by the way, Tel Aviv University just launched a microsatellite out of Virginia last week. And if anybody has an interest in space, there's a space tourism program where corporates, Perks, or the national authorities can come to the U.S. through Virginia and for all of the space facilities in Texas, Florida, and Virginia, and New Mexico. But certainly there's something that's nice. There's also we work with a NASA program that takes students that are currently studying in the U.S. and they can do NASA research projects. We can do an Israeli, U.S., UAE student project where NASA makes available all the geospatial and sensory data to those parties, and then maybe an Israeli team and the UAE team or Dubai team can take that data and do something good for the world or for the Middle East in agriculture or for Africa. So that's the space category is certainly something that seems like it's general interest to the three countries concerned, and happy to facilitate that. A colleague of mine is going to be in Dubai in October on that subject, as well as in Israel. So anything I can do and help with anybody in the DC, Virginia area, happy to help with. Thanks.
Thank you. Tammy? Tammy, you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. Can we hear me now?
Yeah.
Is there an echo? Because I'm connected in two places.
No, we can hear you fine.
Okay, so only I can hear it. So I'm representing the California Israel Chamber of Commerce. We're a nonprofit industry-based organization. We promote all the connections between business, academia, everything technology in California and in Israel. We work with startups, with corporations, with universities and hospitals. Our main focus are on medtech and life sciences, cyber, ag tech, smart mobility, any type of high-tech, big data, AI. And one of the big programs that's coming up now is in energy. In March 13 to March 15, we're going to have hydrogen and EV on March 15, utilities of the future March 16, and renewables and less carbon is March 17. So if that interests anyone, just shoot me an email. We're very active in social accounts of LinkedIn, in Facebook. If you want to follow us, then we have all our updates there. I apologize that I won't be able to stay too long on the breakout rooms. I'll try in the beginning. So anyone who wants to follow up with me later, please shoot me an email and we'll schedule some kind of a phone call or Zoom.
Tammy, thank you. Hadass, wrap it up and we'll
Hi,
move on to the breakout rooms.
Okay, so Hadass is my first name, bar or family name. I'm 100% Israeli, located in Tel Aviv. I represent a part of the state of Ohio, Dayton region. comprises of 12 counties, about 1.5 million people, and more than 2,200 manufacturing companies. Now, the strength of the region is aerospace, defense, materials, and more. The largest American Air Force base is actually in Dayton, and so is the headquarters of the Air Force Research Laboratories, with an annual budget of more than $4.5 billion. There are also 28 hospitals and 7,500 clinics in the region alone. And this year, we created well over $50 million of opportunities for the Dayton region. And basically, my work is focused only on leveraging the connection with Israel, but I know that in the Dayton region, they're certainly open to working with you, and I'll be happy to make the connection. Just a few more words about me. Formerly, I represented the state of Massachusetts in Israel, hired by their governor. The focus there was more about life sciences, water. Previously, I served as Director of International Collaboration at the International Branch of the Office of the Chief Scientist, working for the government of Israel, where I co-founded and managed binational funds and worked with Asia, Australia, and more. Now, in all of those roles, there was a lot of doing business development, marketing, identifying investment opportunities. I have a network of more than 4,000 key executives, and I'll be happy to explore what we can do together. So thank you so much.
Okay, great. All right, thanks to all of you. We're running about 10 minutes later than we had planned, but Elena, if you want to move us over into the breakout rooms, we'll have 10, 12 minutes or so, I guess, to go through that portion as well.
Great. Thank you, Sherwin. I'll move everyone there. If you've done your discussions, you can send me a text, and if you're interested to join another room in case it's still going, let me know. There's also another option of Inward USA investment. Dov Hawk is there. Currently, if anyone wants to join him, let us know. Other than that, I will open the rooms. Thank you so much.
Are we meeting again later, the entire group, or are we skipping that part?
We can come back for a synopsis at the end if there's time, just to kind of finalize everything and say goodbye. So I will just leave you in, and then I'll give you a notification when it's coming to an end.
Great, thank you.
Hi, Lily. I think it's just you and me.
Yeah.
They're all in the breakout room.
They're all in the breakout rooms, but anything can happen, and we've only got probably only got 5-10 minutes left. So what to do?
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. You never know when you need backup. I would just maybe stay on silent for now, and I'll text you if there's anything.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Cheers.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. I'm just going to mute you, Lily, because you're not on silent.
Okay.
Can I be placed in somebody else's room? Our room session is finished.
Sure. Which room would you like to go into?
But life science, I think.
Okay. Oh, yes. I moved him by accident. Hello, Ben. Can I help you, Ben? Hi, Ben. Can I help you? Hi, Ben. I don't know who you are, so I'm going to have to remove you if I don't hear from you. Hello, Ben.
Hi, do you hear me now?
Yes, I do. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't have you on my list, Ben. Can I?
I know Sherwin. I'm Sherwin's partner at EDI. He sent
Okay,
me
all
the
right.
link, and I just saw it now. I thought if the event is still going on, I'd take a peek.
We're probably just going to finish up actually because like we were running late and it's a minute to 12. So I'm actually just about to close things down.
That's okay. That's okay. I'll apologize to Sherwin that I missed it. It's all right.
Okay.
Okay. I hope it went well.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm going to wait till everyone gets back and hope that they had some good conversation.
Good. I hope so too. All right. Good luck. I'll sign
Okay.
off then.
All right, Ben. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, everyone's going to come back there now, Lily. So let's see what happened.
Go back, go back.
Yeah.
Great.
I think it was brief, Sherwin, but hopefully people made connections.
Well, I had a good chance to talk a little bit more directly with Mohammed, so I hope others did as well, and took advantage of the opportunity, as brief as it was, And again, I want to thank all of you at AmCham Dubai for making this possible. So,
Thank you, Sherwin, and thanks to everyone. We'll conclude this event, and I hope it was useful for you all. And we look forward to deeper, further engagement. And meanwhile, we'll share the emails and contact details. And if anyone is uncomfortable, please let me know. So you can continue on discussions where it would interest you.
great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good morning, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Be
you.
well.